barriers began to come down. Martin Luther King Jr. and driving force in the push for racial equality evoked the name of Lincoln in I Have a Dream. He was contestant number 9.
I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 years ago, the great American, in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity.
I didn't even you need that.
100 years. The Negro is still languishing in the corners of American society and fights until an exile in his own land. So we have come here to dramatize a shameful condition. The sweltering summer of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigorating autumn of freedom and justice. 1963 is not an end, but a beginning. Those who hope that the Negro needs to blow off steam will have a rude awakening of the nation's return to a business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. But there is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining a rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protest to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. Go, I say to you, my friends, that even though we must face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. That one day, this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. It only supposed to be self-effective. That all Thank you.